Welcome to the Bows. So, of course, Islam Makhachev is coming off the biggest win of his career, knocking out Volkanovski in the first round with a head kick. There's been a lot of talk about the possibility of him moving up to welterweight and fighting the winner of Leon Edwards and Colby Covington to have a chance at becoming double champ, but that's not going to happen, at least not yet. We know that Islam wants this. He has said multiple times that he wants the winner of Leon and Colby, and it lines up pretty well because he just fought and Colby and Leon will fight in less than 2 months. But this will not happen because the organization doesn't want it. Dana White said in the post-fight press conference that Islam still has work to do at 155. Personally, I wouldn't mind seeing him move up in his next fight, but what benefit does that have to the UFC? At the end of the day, the UFC is a business, and I think what they think is that Islam fighting for double champ status and beating the welterweight champion, especially if it's Colby, it's not good for business. Islam is already a star in the eastern part of the world. He is known in the West, but he's not a star amongst the American fan base, which is their main pay-per-view audience. If Islam obtains champ status, that may not do much for business. Like I said, Islam's already huge in the East, and if he obtains champ status, does that really bolster Islam's popularity in that region of the world? They already love him, and even if he does grow more in popularity, does that translate to more revenue than the revenue that could be generated if Colby wins the belt, for example? Whether you love him or hate him, Colby brings in a lot of eyeballs, especially from the American fan base. People want to either see him win or lose badly in the US, so they'll tune in and buy pay-per-views. A lot of new fans could be generated too from seeing a guy as brash as Colby win the belt. From what it sounds like, the UFC is pretty set on rebooking Islam vs. Oliveira 2, and if that fight falls through again, they'll probably do Gaethje vs. Makhachev, and I think if Islam beats Charles again and Gaethje for his next 2 title defenses, then they might not be able to deny him anymore, and then he'll go up. Another thing that I've thought for a while now too, with Conor coming back soon, I think if the UFC had everything going their way, Colby would win the belt, McGregor would win his next fight with Chandler at 170, and then they'd book Colby vs. Conor and do huge pay-per-view numbers. Would it be the most deserving title shot for Conor if this happened? No, definitely not. But money talks, and nobody brings in the money like Conor. Then who knows from there? Then maybe late 2024, we'd get Conor vs. Islam for another huge pay-per-view. Just to be clear, I'm not saying I necessarily want this chain of events to happen, but this could be a real angle that the UFC is looking for behind closed doors. This is all, of course, highly speculative, and one change in this chain of events could change the final outcome completely, but just something to think about on the business side of things. That's all I got today. Please leave a like, subscribe, and comment below what you think the UFC's grand plan for Islam moving forward is. Peace.